Hello and welcome to Moonlight. This is Supreme Commander Forge Alliance, ranked game between JeanLu and Shoka. Cybran versus Cybran. Of course, Cybran versus Cybran on this map is always exciting. Looks like Shoka going first. Land a couple pigeons, and first land 4 pigeons for JeanLu. A very heavy pigeon build here, so that'll be interesting. I've kind of turned down my mic a little bit. Hopefully there is less noise distortion and everything. I might just, depending on how bad this is or good it is, I might have to go and get a new mic. But hopefully this one's not too bad. First 2 NGs coming out, 3 NGs coming out for JeanLu, and a whole bunch of hunters for Shoka. That'll be interesting where they go if there's an expanding engineer. There is an engineer going to the Hydra. That's definitely an option for Shoka to go straight to the Hydra, but usually players avoid that. There are quite a few builds where the ACU comes out quick to the Hydra. In this case, the ACU is going to go along the side, capture mass contractors. With the Manti coming up, it looks like these hunters are going to change their mind. Now they're going to go across. Not really sure why. Well, perhaps it's an interesting thing to do. We'll check out the middle, make sure there's no engineer there. One thing to note, no engineers to the middle yet, which is very strange. So Manti coming out to the back door. An aggressive scout for JeanLu here coming up minute 3. And the first shots, Manti versus Hunter. Nobody really gets any kind of kills, any damage. And up on top, 2 versus 1. Shoka gets the first kill, but this engineer for JeanLu in real danger. He's got to run. This Mantis not quick enough. That's 2 versus 1. The hunters can run away, so 1 kill each. An engineer versus a Mantis. Meanwhile, Shoka has picked up a Hydra. There's still a lot of mass in the middle that neither player has got. The ACU for JeanLu goes to the middle, gets the Hydro and the factory, so a total of coming up on 4 and 5 land factories. For JeanLu, only 3 land factories for Shoka. This can be a very big difference in numbers very soon. In terms of map control, very similar. And of course, an engineer here for JeanLu is going to pick up those chunks of mass in the middle. This engineer in a little bit of danger, but good defense from Shoka. And no, there's a team of 4 Manti coming out to the back door, and a really good use of these scouts. Shoka using stealth. This is now actually cloak. This scout is not seen, and yet another kill from these 2 Manti. And now 3 Manti coming in. They should be able to overwhelm. Meanwhile, JeanLu getting raiders and really building up a force. Going for the 6th land factory. Absolutely no air yet. And in the middle, the 2 engineers getting a fight. Shoka has reclaimed only 1500, but he's got some opportunities. Very nice raider directly in the middle. This is a beautiful raider from Shoka. And he's got 2 teams of units coming out on either side, but JeanLu should have more, except JeanLu's units are all kind of bunched up. One problem that JeanLu does have is mass problems here, although he did get a whole bunch from the middle. 1400. Problems at the back door. This is the effect of that attack from 2 different positions. You see the response from JeanLu to one of them. He completely exposed himself, but he definitely has enough units to defend. One thing to note, this eco right here, way too much build capacity, way too much power, and not enough mass. Not a very good balance. Now JeanLu getting an upgrade, gets hit by some units, and actually here the Manti getting quite a few kills for Shoka. JeanLu, it seems like he really likes to use his units all at once. He does not want to split up, because he's got plenty of units to defend with, but it looks like he just used them all to defend the ACU in a position where he didn't really need defending. So quite a few engineers died, which could actually be a blessing for JeanLu. Those engineers were stealing a lot of eco from tanks. Still a big disadvantage, but a lot of wrecks to reclaim. More aggression from Shoka. This is good stuff. Shoka now has way too much mass, so we can see the difference between these two players. Too much build capacity and power for JeanLu, and not enough build capacity for Shoka. Because a couple more factories, maybe one or two. Of course, one thing that only 600 reclaim. Also air for Shoka. So overall, much better. However, JeanLu's still in very good shape, and that was because of his early reclaim. That's really why he's still in this game, actually doing quite well. And with all these extra wrecks, he just got to move out a little more aggressively, because looking at map control is definitely in Shoka's favor, and eventually Shoka will get more mass from the superior number of mass extractors. But this scout here, a beautiful scout from Shoka. Well, not anymore. Yes, maybe some power problems there, and the cloak no longer worked. Shoka building up a force here, minute 10. And we should have the gun for JeanLu, and with the gun, on such a small map, the ACU can cover a huge range. Should have a huge effect. Nice raiding mantis from JeanLu. And this is a good place to hide raider and engineers. So Shoka definitely has an appreciation for raiders. One in the middle here, one in the corner. Also scouts. It's always nice to see. So very well placed point defense here for Shoka. These units will run into it. Without micro, it will be a problem. Gestures now for Shoka, and this is a very good choice given that absolutely no sign of air for JeanLu. Now he's just starting his air factory, sitting on 6 land. And looks like a complete retreat for Shoka. He's retreated, and here we see the Manta. Each one of these can build as 1/5 of an engineer. So that's actually quite a bit of build capacity. And, Shoka is also going to get the gun, but map control completely given away to Shoka, or to JeanLu by Shoka. However, these gestures are going to do some nice raiding against mass extractors. And now counterattack from Shoka, combine all his units, and there's really nothing in his way. He can move out as far as he wants, and this could actually get JeanLu in a little bit of trouble. JeanLu not using his ACU. Some anti-air here, and plus interceptors coming out for JeanLu. Meanwhile, these gestures, a total of 4 kills. Mostly mass extractors, it seems. And here JeanLu is going to use his gun. And so will Shoka, both Cybran ACUs with the gun. Now gestures coming out as well. There is flak in JeanLu's forces. And nice micro here from Shoka, keeping his ACU up front, making sure he gets a lot of kills. While JeanLu really not participating nearly as much with his ACU. Shoka 18 kills, JeanLu 12. But nice interceptors there from JeanLu, taking out the gestures. The Shoka now basically winning himself a nice reclamation field. Send some engineers here, take advantage. And on the other side, this hidden engineer here in the corner after making the raider is going to come out. He should be capturing this. Now we'll just reclaim. Now the two ACUs meet each other. Shoka, JeanLu. Quite similar. But this is where having 6 factories for JeanLu is really quite nice. Always had a superior number of units, except on one point where Shoka really retreated back. 26 kills for Shoka. But interceptors versus gestures. Interceptors are going to win. We should see this air factory be switched to interceptors. Shoka, way too much power. He needs to put a lot more engineers on that factory and more land factories. You don't want to have such a huge excess. Actually, in this type of situation, you might as well just upgrade a mass extractor, and actually he has already upgraded one. Meanwhile, Shoka missing this game here. 49 kills, went down quite low on health, but actually 49 kills each, exactly the same. A nice raiding group from Shoka. Shoka choosing to take a chunk of his army and go on a raid, and that's a very dangerous thing to do. He sacrificed quite a bit of health there on his ECU. This is a very nice raid, very effective. JeanLu's been vulnerable against raid here through the back door this entire game. Looks like this Manta got stuck on the wall. That happens sometimes. Surprisingly, no engineers taking advantage. JeanLu with 49 kills. Shoka has to be very careful. He has significantly less health. One thing we don't see here is stealth from either one of these ACUs. That'd be a very nice upgrade to get. In terms of upgrading, we do not see any Tech 2 mask extractors, so the eco for Shoka definitely better. Shoka once again goes quite low on health, 53 kills. JeanLu 58. And these are nice Manti, making sure there are no mask extractors. So in terms of map control, Shoka has had an advantage this entire game. Also just interceptors, no bombers or jesters for JeanLu. Gives him nice recon. Another really good thing to do on this map is drop off on top of these hills with some artillery. We have not seen that this game. JeanLu now once again pushing ahead. He's got full health ACU. He might as well be as aggressive as he wants. One thing that JeanLu has not done is attack from different fronts. All of his attacks have been up the middle. This is excusable against these point defenses, but they actually have 0 kills. And nothing through the top. So very focused with the ACU up the middle. And actually JeanLu here getting focused. In full health, he won't be in too much trouble. Shoka 54 kills, JeanLu 68. And on the back door, very good point defense for JeanLu. That's going to save him a lot of pain. But he is giving up quite a few mask extractors. Shoka still neglecting reclamation. I'd really like to see a couple of artilleries take out these point defenses. That would really make life for Shoka much more difficult. It's a nice radar here for JeanLu. And here minute 18, JeanLu still a huge excess power. Way too much power. 6,000 reclaimed. While Shoka only 2,000. Well, he should have a lot more reclaimed than JeanLu. JeanLu really doing that much better. But the radar now for Shoka very uncharacteristic, and this one has been alive most of this game, and you can see it gives him all the recon, anything that's coming in to attack his right side here. He will have forewarning, but this is very dangerous now. He needs to get some radar out in this position. Shoka getting yet another upgrade. Looks like he already has stealth. And we are seeing mobile missile launchers. So Tech 2 land from JeanLu. So stealth together with gun, 59 kills. That's a very nice move from JeanLu with Tech 2 land. Don't actually see the factory. Yeah, it's this one. Nice build capacity on it. Mobile missile launchers. It's always a nice choice of unit. JeanLu 79 kills. And a big push from Shoka, actually leaving his ACU all alone. This could be a huge mistake. He decided to go for attack, and that's a good style, but that's a big mistake. He's coming back. He just got a very nice 80 kills at a perfect timing. 85 now, and JeanLu, the tables are almost turned. JeanLu now running. Shoka 85 kills. And both ACUs survived. That was extremely close. 200 health. 100. Oh, that's very nice. So veterancy is beautiful when it works out like that. Shoka was already saying GG, but really the consequence here is JeanLu has completely taken over the map. He does have that Tech 2, which has huge range, but we do see bombers now. Bombers start getting the ACU, but that's going to take quite a few bombs to kill it. Shoka now with 97 kills, retreating back to his base. One thing to note about Shoka's base, he's got multiple Tech 2 mask extractors, 3 of them. So losing map control is not as critical for him as it would be for JeanLu. However, so much more build capacity for JeanLu. He's really had too much, but when you have too much build capacity and suddenly you get more mass, you really get into very good shape. Here's a Tech 2 engineer moving out into the field. Tech 2 point defense in the middle, very nice choice, plus Tech 2 flak. 2 kills already for that. So really what Shoka should have done, more engineers and more land factories. Because he's actually wasting plus 9 mass. He's wasting a ridiculous amount of mass. Shoka 102. we have to say Shoka, his gameplay was really superior to JeanLu, but JeanLu was much better in terms of going to the Tech 2 and really using basically just making more land factories. That's really the only thing that JeanLu did better, but it worked out very well for him here. And perhaps if Shoka suddenly made a whole bunch, because he definitely has the eco for it, he can really turn this game, because he absolutely has the economy for it. He just does not have factories. More Tech 2 engineers are going into the middle. Successful Tech 2 point defense. Excellent placement. Yet another one. JeanLu can cut the map horizontally like this. That would be pretty nice. And he could actually do a Tech 2 point defense creep, take out these point defenses, and then he can hit Shoka on 2 different fronts. Shoka meanwhile 139 kills. JeanLu very focused on the same direction, just from his base to Shoka. Shoka meanwhile with stealth, which allows him to do things like this. JeanLu cannot see him, he cannot target him. Meanwhile his units do get shot. These mobile missile launchers, very nice range. You can see there the ACU shooting. Can't be targeted. Very good counter to the point defense actually. But of course an interceptor is a very good counter to stealth. And we do see now Tech 2 land for Shoka. And Tech 2 land for Shoka is going to be very nice. He can definitely afford it. I don't actually see where it came from. Shoka now with 159 kills. I'm blind right there. Here it is. But engineers. Many more engineers in that factory. Tech 2 point defenses. Shoka 176 kills. But Tech 2 point defenses will not be very good against JeanLu, who's got mobile missile launchers. Some nice bombers. With JeanLu, with all these tools that he's got, breaking through this back would certainly end the game for Shoka. But Shoka is happy to defend only a single front where he can really make a good use of his ACU. And you can see that with 205 kills he's done exactly that. These mobile missile launchers, excellent units. And if Shoka loses his Tech 2 factory, that should be game over. And actually in this type of range, looks like Shoka 115 kills, some overcharges. He's not going to face JeanLu, and it looks like there is now no way back for Shoka. Very well played, except for more factories, and he would have won. Meanwhile, JeanLu, yeah, very well played, but with some big mistakes by both players.